In 2020, I made a declaration on June 11th, my birthday, that I would be a millionaire this time next year.
One last thing that I'm going to declare right now is that this time next year, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Let me tell you, I'm shaking in my boots, but it's something that when you declare something so specific like that, it becomes a game changer. And when you have an emotional attachment to it, guess what? It starts to show up. So you're probably thinking, that's not going to work for me. How's this going to work? But hear me out. I teach women to do this all the time in their businesses. We set huge, huge, huge money goals. I had a client write down she wanted to make a specific amount of money in 72 hours. I think it was like $100,000. And guess what? She did. So this comes down to more than manifestation. It comes down to alignment with what you want to create. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. I created this channel so that you can create your reality and be unapologetically rich, whatever it is that you desire. So go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you can be notified when I'm dropping a new video. So you have to clear the blocks, right? And I know that it's been talked about a lot, but when you do clear the blocks, that's how more wealth comes in. And people, I saw a post yesterday on Facebook, there is no money blocks. Like, that's such a fallacy. And all of a sudden, all these comments came down and people were like, thank gosh, I cleared my money blocks. Look how much money I made. And, it's all in the eye of the beholder. Whatever you assign meaning to will be truth, right? But if you know you want more money, you don't have it now, then maybe there's some issue going on. And most of the time, like, people are fighting for the limitations. Example, this woman who said there is no money blocks, but yet she doesn't have the money she wants. So when people argue for the limitation, you know what I do? I tell them they're right. I had a client that said notoriously, X month was the highest month in her business. Always, every year, that was the month. Doesn't matter what. Well, she believed that. So guess what? It was. But I said to her, why don't you be open to believing that, the following month could be your highest month, and maybe the following month after that could be the next highest month. But because you think that's the highest month, then of course the other months have to be the lowest months, right? What if your highest month becomes your lowest month? So you gotta not just hone in on one belief and over and over again think that's the truth. Stay open to the expansion of the more, right? And because she was so da 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 da, it was blocking more wealth and opportunities from coming in. As soon as we shifted that, I'm telling you, she is doing something so ridiculously amazing right now. And an opportunity just opened up for her that literally have brought in 800 new people into her life, and her business is literally going to go through the roof. So, it's don't block yourself in to one area, a specific thing because of a belief you have. You don't even know you're having them. That's the craziest thing, right? How much do you really want? When I ask people this question, it gets really, really gray. Or they're like, then I'll get people to say, I want $1 trillion, or whatever. I have $1 trillion, whatever the guy was doing. $1 trillion. And I'm like, all right, how much money do you want? And I never say be realistic. If you want $1 trillion, okay, but let's just talk a little bit, right? What do you want? People are afraid to say what they want because they have this fear, conscious or subconscious, that it's going to require a lot of work to get it, because they still have the programming that it has to be hard to make money. No pain, no gain. You got to work hard for the money. You deserve these things. You got to work hard. And so that programming will still be there. So I don't really want to work that hard. If it requires that, then I don't want it, right? Same. And I make more money now doing less work. I make more money now waking up when I want to. It's a matter of perspective and shifting your belief systems, right? So what do you want? How much do you want? Put it in the chat below. I want to hear how much you want. And you have to take action, with whatever it is you want. But this is why many people are afraid to go bigger, because they want to play small. They want to stay in a safe area that they can compute in their heads of what's possible to make that money. There was nothing that showed that I should be making $1 million in a year, right? No. And then 11 months and then 10 months, there's nothing that should have been able to say that, except that I declared it. I knew how much I wanted, put it out there, bam. I have a video on this where I said, I'll be a millionaire in a year. So how much do you want? How much do you think you're capable of making? Put that out there. Are there fears around how much money you want to make? I had a client once, her underlying fear was that if she made more money, her family would be like this. Can I have some? Where's mine? So she was worried that she had to pay and take care of everybody. I'm like, well, where did you come up with this belief system? all on her own because she didn't want to be left behind, because one of our core beliefs is that we want to belong. And so a lot of times when women are going to that next level, they're afraid to leave their family behind because they don't want to be disowned. Like, how dare you go out there and do your thing and become rich and wealthy and leave us behind, so they want to bring everybody with them. Actually, men do this too, because I have a friend that does this too. He's afraid. And I'm like, once I start talking, I'm like, dude, you can't save all your friends from college and from high school. If they're not willing to work, you got to be like, hey, see you later. Come over for the cookout. But I'm going over here, right? But his thing was he didn't want to leave his brother behind. He didn't want to leave his friends behind. And this is a real thing, right? Because belonging is one of our core needs, is to feel like we belong and that we're accepted. And it's a thing also that stops most people from going bigger into that next level and really showing up and not being afraid to, for people not to be in their lives anymore. They're afraid that they're going to get rejected by those that they love because they're successful. It's a real fear. It's called the fear of success. Also, be clear why you want the money. Like, here's the thing. I knew I wanted a G-Wagon. I wanted a jet. I wanted a Rolex. I wanted to fly to Europe 5-star. I wanted to go there with go with a first class. I wanted to go to the top 5-star hotels. I want to be able to go into any store and buy whatever I want to. Whatever it is that you desire, you should have a list of desires of where the money should go, right? Where the money would go. And this is why energetic shopping is really, really important. Like, where are you going to put the money? If the money comes in, you're not just going to hoard it in your bank account. You're going to buy that property. Are you going to buy an investment property? You're going to invest it in a stock. Or where's the money going to go? You have to have a place for money to go, because when money has a place to go, guess what? It comes. Okay, taking aligned action. This is everything. And I think this is what people miss. They'll sit there and they'll like, I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. Okay, well, how's that working out for you? You wrote it 500 times. Did it work out? Oh, okay. So, got to take that aligned action. And sometimes there'll be challenges when you're taking action, but maybe that is like, hello, you shouldn't be taking this action, what you're doing right here. Maybe it's not really aligned, even though you think it's aligned. Maybe you think that's the thing you're supposed to be doing, but it keeps coming up with so many challenges, so much resistance. Maybe you're not seeing it for what it really is, and you just keep hitting your head against where you need to go. Maybe you need to take an assessment. What have you tried? What have you done? And maybe you need to try something else and try something different and to get a different result, right? Like for me, when I don't want something, or if I don't feel aligned with something, literally it will fall apart right in front of me. Like right in front of me. The contract will go sideways. The deal will like flop. If I don't want to work with a client, like mysteriously, like they'll go away. It's like you don't realize how powerful you are. So you've got to really put in the desire, like, this is the outcome that I'm looking for. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna get whatever is like kind of left over and thrown your way, right? So I decline clients that are not aligned a lot. I do this quite frequently because they need to be coachable. They need to be ready for this work. And I'm telling some people, be like, I'm so ready. And then when they actually really see, like, I had no idea this is what the work was. But it works. So if you're ready to do the work, it works. But they'll say I'm ready to do the work, and then they'll be like, oh, I don't want to do that work. So I'll know from the red flags in the beginning of the conversation. So I'll be like, not ready. You're not ready yet. You'll come back, come back when you're ready. Maybe if you're ready. And if I take in a client that is not aligned, I'm telling you, it always shows up. I'll have the hesitation. I'll tell my team, I'm like, I'm not right sure about this one, and then bam, it'll like literally actualize in real time. And I tell my team, and then my team will go, well, you did see it. So whose fault is it? It's mine. And honestly, it's because I know I can help everybody. It's just whether or not I choose to, because some people can't help themselves. So it's really has to be a partnership here where they're willing to do the work. And even though I give the guidance, they got to do the work. It's like dating the guy and going out to die, right away, you shouldn't have, kind of same thing. So really, really, really recognize that. What alignment looks like, because it is there for you. Letting go of the desperation. When you let go of the outcome, like it has to happen this way, it has to happen now. When you let go of that, guess what? You speed it up. It comes to you faster. Yes, I did say I want to be a millionaire in a year, but I didn't sit there and go, well, I better be this millionaire this year. Like it better happen. It better happen. I just knew it was going to happen. The law of assumption, right? But no, it was a law of expectation. I just knew it was going to happen. So I stayed in that energy. I didn't have to look to see if it was coming because I already felt and believed that it was on the way. But I had to do a lot of work to get into that state of, right? Where then I wouldn't be sabotaging myself, where I wouldn't be saying, no, this is not real. How's this going to happen? I got out of the desperation. I got into full abundance and I took action in that state all the time. Not the, where is it? Where's it going? And let go of the attachment. When you let go of the attachment, you stay focused. And the biggest part is staying in alignment with the outcome. That's it. And a lot of people can't do that because they're always looking for evidence that it's working. Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Because they just can't full on faith, trust, and believe because it takes a lot to do that, right? So, right, if you're ready for that, that's what it requires of you. And if you read my book, Unlocking the Quantum Woman, I'm going to show you some more of that because this is huge when you get into that state, right? It's all possible with emotional mastery. Again, this book is going to change your life. This is the key to unlocking everything. It really is because, if feeling is the secret and how you feel is one of the things that control the outcomes that you're having, wouldn't it behoove you to really work on your emotional state so that you can then attract the things that you desire? Be in that state of course it's happening. Of course it's working out. Be in the expectation where you don't waver, where you don't go, well, what if it doesn't? We're not doing that. We're not doing what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't for other people who are expecting it to fail and they want to be braced with the downfall? That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing in my world. We're doing something different. We're like, it's coming. It's happening. There's a difference between controlling your emotions and mastering your emotions, right? And controlling is like, it has to work this way. That's not abundance, right? That's like you wanting to make sure you don't freak out, like, oh, I can't do this. Don't talk to me like that. I can't think right now. That's not being a master of your emotions, because a master of emotions is like when things are not in control and you still got your cool. Things are happening all around you, but you still know how to, even if you get heated, you still know how to process those emotions, and you still need to, and you still know how to get back to a place of calm. That is what is really, really important, because controlling increases stress, worry. I had a client every week when she was in my millionaire club. She was like, I just can't see the money. Where's the money? I said, I don't have the money. Where's the money? I said, you need to stop looking for the money, lady, because you think that you did one exercise and like you did one module and the money's going to show up. I go, the fact that you're looking for the money is why the money's not here, because you're showing the universe, I don't have it. It's not here. Where is it? Think about the law of attraction, right? How it works. I don't have it. Oh, I'm attracting more. You have to get into a state of course it's coming. And so she had to really work on rewiring that. It took us a long time, but she did, and attracted the man of her dreams. So when the money resistance comes in, or the beliefs that tell you it can't work out, want you to ask yourself, why? Why are you feeling this way? Why are you thinking this way? What is creating this feeling inside of you? Where's it coming from? So I personally talk myself through everything that doesn't feel aligned. Even anything I share, I'm like, does this feel right? Because if I get the tinge, I'm like, there's something there for me. Don't go there. Don't go there. I start trusting these emotions more so. And I check for alignment all the time. Does this feel good? Does this feel aligned? Because when I feel that level, and this is where you become mastered, right, with your emotions. Some people think when they have anxiety, it's actually intuition, and it's not, right? It's just you having a reaction to a situation instead of responding to it. And so when you can get to a place where you're like, okay, this is exactly how I want to feel, and you're not overly protecting yourself because you're like worried about things, it's a different thing. It's when you can face the emotion, but still process it and go through to all the way through the end, and then be able to come up with an emotional response, right? Men have a hard time with this. So they're always in their head, right? And women who are in their wounded masculine have a hard time with this because they're in their head and they're protecting themselves with that armor. So when you start doing this work that I teach, you start getting to a place where you master your emotions, where when people do things, you don't get so triggered, right? The trigger starts lessening and lessening. And so the neural pathways that are inside of your brain, they start rewiring in a different way. The synaptic messaging, it starts changing. You no longer get, agitated by somebody. This is the process of it, right? And then your nervous system starts moving together. This is what we want to work towards, right? And this is what I teach you, especially in my book, Unlocking the Quantum Woman, and a program I have called Accessing the Quantum Through Emotional Self-Mastery. Those two things go hand in hand. I teach you step by step through the modules what to do. So I challenge you right now to come up with the amount of money that you want to manifest in your business, in your life. Put it on a piece of paper and also drop it in the chat below. I want you to declare, and I'll see how you guys are declaring it too. Say it with like as if it's done, right? This is like, this money is here and it's done. I had a client who did this. She put down that she wanted to make $38,000 a month. Guess what? That's the number she keeps clicking into. And I've got to move her up to $100,000. But this woman was only making $2,000 a month when she started working with me. So consistent $38,000 a month, not that bad, right? But we want to move her up to $100,000 now. So write it down and we start reprogramming that, like I said, your neurons, we have to start getting that neural pathway changed. You just have to break that habit, those belief systems that keep coming up over and over and over again, right? And this is how you get into a new level of who you are, a different level of wealth consciousness. This is how you quantum leap. This is how you get those results. This is where, of course, I'm a millionaire in a year because you've been able to do that jump and it starts with you, right? And guess what? We are having an in-person event in Chicago and we are going to go into this deeply. October 25th and 26th, go grab your ticket. It is called the Wealth Consciousness Event. And this is where you quantum leap into your future self. Literally, you're going to be able to take your wealth consciousness and go into the future. So when you leave that event, you're going to be at a higher, more expanded level of consciousness because I'm going to show you how to break down all of these things that are in the way so that you can start rewiring those neurons, right? So you can start having a different belief system. You can start breaking those patterns that tell you it can't happen, right? This is going to help you amplify so much more in your life and business. And so be there in Chicago. We'd love to have you. And tickets are on sale right now. We're going really fast, which I'm very excited about. We only have a few left in the VIP. And if you want to be in a room with millionaires, I'm telling you, when I buy tickets, I want to be where the people I buy that ticket. I want to be in that room with those people and have those kind of conversations. Again, if you have not got this book, I'm going to preach it all day long because I know it's a game changer. Unlocking the Quantum Woman. If you've read it, love to hear your comments. If you can, go leave me a review on Amazon. I'd be so happy. And go check out Unapologetically Rich, my podcast. Very different information. You feel like I'm talking to you like we're best friends in the podcast because I give you the BTS of my life on there and how I apply all of the things in my life. And if you have not checked out our Quantum Woman group, go ahead and check it out on Facebook. We have a great community there. I do a lot of live trainings in there. And if there's something that you want to hear me teach about, drop it below. I would love to hear about it and consider it for some upcoming videos. And yeah, so have a good one. Take care and stay tuned for the next video. Bye for now.